Your conscious thinking mind fatigues, your body fatigues. These parts of you need rest, but the subconscious mind does not fatigue. It doesn't need rest.
And so then when I was like thinking about thinking,
You got sick.
No, I got fascinated that I'm not doing it.
I think that everybody knows what they should do. I think there's some, even if it's a rink-dink plan, I think everybody knows what they should be doing. They just don't listen to themselves.
I've seen you send me the client text messages like so-and-so just did a sale while they went to Bermuda or whatever the hell. And you're like, okay, cool. Like it can be done.
Hey, I'm Dave Conway, and I'm here with my wife, Jacqueline. Welcome to the 30-Day Year podcast. Here, we explore ideas, philosophies, and real stories to help you take your annual income and turn it into your monthly income. Join us each week as we challenge conventional thinking around success, business growth, and building a life of true freedom. This podcast is created with your growth in mind. To help us reach more people and to make sure you never miss an episode, please like and subscribe. Let's get started. If you're loving this content, hit the like and subscribe button and help us get this 30-day year message out.
Welcome back to the 30-Day Year podcast. If you're pursuing goals or going for something big, chances are you've encountered a rut or a moment in time when you're just not getting the results you want and you're pursuing, and you're not quite getting where you want to go. So let's talk about that and talk about the rut, but better yet, how to break out of it. So I want to hear from you, Dave, because you coach people all the time. And I feel like a coach's job is basically to overcome ruts effectively. Like you help them set goals, yes, but then the next phase is like getting past all the crappy things that might come your way and how to navigate it, how to make decisions better. Like, right? Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one time I heard that a rut is a coffin with the ends kicked out.
Ooh, that's like super dark. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure. The visual of that, I don't get how that's the rut. I guess that's...
Well, if you're in a rut, the top is open and the bottom's open, but you're in a rut.
Oh.
If you're in a coffin, it's closed.
Okay.
It's just a coffin with the ends kicked out.
Got it. Okay. Now I see it. Okay. That makes sense to me now. Okay. Slow on the uptick on that one. My bad. Okay. So what do you think causes someone to fall into a rut to begin with? Where does it start?
Thinking, but I think it's selfish thinking. Like as ever I look back at my business, I unconsciously fell into selfishness.
Right.
Thinking about myself, dropped into the getting energy over the giving energy. Always what's caused a rut. Every time.
Yeah, it really is that simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it usually is symptomatic of fear, and all fear can pretty much be maybe not fully resolved, but can be overcome with a little bit of selflessness or just getting back into the spirit of it. So that would tie right into that too.
Yeah, like think of selfishness like a garden plot, like really well-tilled soil. And it's the breeding ground. So selfishness is the breeding ground for fear, for anger, for all vices. That's the plants that grow there.
Yeah.
So fear is selfish too. But whenever I've fallen into a rut, like when I'm like, oh, dang, the results are not where I want them to be, it's always because I've unconsciously become selfish or I've unconsciously, fear has attached itself to me.
Right.
And I've dropped into the getting.
Yeah, totally agree, for sure. What do you think is the difference between like a rut like that and like just burning out? Is there a difference? I think there's a difference.
Burnout's weird.
Yeah.
It's mental. And we want to understand that there's thoughts that are inspiring, that give us energy, and there's thoughts that are fatiguing and sap our energy. If you are constantly doing things and spending your thoughts and your time and your activities doing things that you don't want to do, you will experience burnout. Burnout is like when a person thinks that they have to do everything. So it's like they're so full of self-will. So they fatigue as they go along. But there's another power. You know, in the book Think and Grow Rich, he talks about like another power, introduce you to your other self. And there is another self. There's a part that does not fatigue. Your conscious thinking mind fatigues, your body fatigues. These parts of you need rest, but the subconscious mind does not fatigue. It doesn't need rest. So when we go to sleep at night, especially if we're relaxed and we go into a deep sleep, we tap into that subconscious mind and it heals the body, heals the mind. So when it comes to burnout, like, you probably are just engaging. You're probably falling into self-will. You've got nothing to pass over your issues to or your results that you desire. That's kind of advanced. I would need some further education on it. But that is the cause of burnout. The cause of burnout is fatiguing thoughts and forcing yourself to continuously do things you don't want to do. Like, we don't procrastinate things that we really want to do. So if you're like a golfer and you used to golf on Fridays, every afternoon you'd leave work and go golf, and you love golf, and then like the boss is like, hey, no more Fridays, you know?
Yeah.
You'd get mad.
Sure.
You're like, dang it, man, I love golfing. So you don't procrastinate it. You get upset when people get in the way of your desires. So the way to get out of a rut is start to re-engage in inspiring thoughts, inspiring activities, you know? Go do something fun if you're really in a rut.
Totally. I think there's like this mental spin that can begin if you're in a rut, or not a rut, or if you're burning out, or if you're just overextending your capacity in a way and you just can't handle it. I honestly think you think that things will fall apart without you, but the truth is they likely won't. And you just need to like separate for a minute and just reset yourself, get yourself back on track.
Yeah.
What do you think is the quickest way to shift an emotional state when you're like feeling flat?
I love visualizing. I love studying. Get enthusiastic about things and life itself. Even the moment when you're like, oh, I don't feel like doing this. Say, no, wait a sec, I do. And then just get enthusiastic. It flipping works.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, it really does. You're like, oh, you're deluding yourself, Dave. No, it really does work. And whatever.
Yeah.
It works. Start to pretend you're enthusiastic. You know, to be enthusiastic, you have to act enthusiastic. And then you will start to enter the spirit of that. You can get enthusiastic about anything.
You could. You really could. You could really trick yourself into getting pumped about shoveling snow and -30.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but maybe. I am yet to try it.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
I get enthusiastic about swearing into the sky.
Yeah. You get enthusiastic about swearing into the sky?
When I'm out doing that.
Oh, when you're out doing that. Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. So, okay. When it comes to getting out of these ruts then, so are you saying it's just a matter of like talking yourself back into it? Is that you think like the first cure all, or is there more to it?
Yeah. So you call it a rut, you can call it a plateau.
Yeah. Plateau works
So
too.
I found that most plateaus happen because you don't have a goal. You're not mentally stimulated by your next objective, the thing that you are progressing towards. So I've seen a lot of entrepreneurs and high achievers get stuck at a certain level because the level that they're at right now was the goal. So they were like flying through that.
Yeah.
And then now they're like, okay, what the heck? Like, I should feel a certain way. My life should be a certain way. And it's not, because the purpose of a goal isn't to get. The purpose of a goal is to grow. So I've helped many entrepreneurs and high achievers unlock to the next level because they just need a goal.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of them have hit that level, and that level that they're currently living at was the goal. Now they don't have a goal anymore.
Yeah. So it's like just reigniting what the next thing is and getting excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can come at this from like a coach's standpoint, like how you would coach someone through this, or just like your own experience. But like, how do we just build the momentum and then keep it going? Because I think a rut can happen when maybe things slow down suddenly and you're like, oh shit, like things were cruising. What happened? It just slowed down. And, you know, it could be a variety of reasons why something may have slowed down. You're just like, oh, you take 3 days off and you're like, oh, dang, like I've lost momentum.
Yeah.
It can just, and it's again, just a consciousness thing, like stop thinking about it, stop taking action on it perhaps. But I've heard you say this to people. You're like, You just have to think, well, why do I have to stop making sales even though I'm on vacation? I can still make them. And then I've, seen the results come in, and I've seen you send me the client text messages like so-and-so just did a sale while they went to Bermuda or whatever the hell. And you're like, okay, cool. Like it can be done. So,
Yeah.
Just talk to me about that a little bit.
Well, I think you always want to be building momentum. And I think if you can start to live one day at a time and build momentum for your day around specific ideas that I call goal achieving ideas or goal achieving activities, understand that momentum has to constantly be built.
Yeah.
Right? It's like a treadmill. It's like you put yourself on the treadmill, and it makes you run.
yeah, you're forced to run basically.
That's right.
So like your business is your treadmill and you've got to run. That's a really good analogy actually, because I've been thinking a lot about like just the entrepreneur's journey a lot lately, and how it's like, it's all on you to keep this going. Yep. Right? Like when you're the founder, the owner, the CEO, you're the person at the top, it's like, it's all on you to like keep the momentum, to keep this engine running. And if you take your foot off the gas, well, the business stops growing, the business stops getting sales, whatever. It's like, okay, well, that's just a slow demise to just no more business. And the thing is, nobody cares. Like the market will be like, well, okay, they're gone now. Okay, what's next?
Yeah, I don't care about you.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's a very interesting thing. It's like, well, you have to like build that momentum, keep that momentum, and sort of like claim your place. Be like, we are in this industry now. I am building my business. I have a place in this industry. I am owning my spot here. And then I'm going to step up to the challenge of maintaining that spot. And then you have to like name it and claim it. Like you really do. Because no one's going to do it for you. No one gives a shit if you quit. And it's just, but you will. You'll give a shit if you quit. And it's like up to you. It's your legacy. It's your story. It's your life. And so I think to like really claim that ownership and understand that it is your ability to bring ideas into form, to move those ideas out, and then to refine your energy along the way in order to be able to manage the crap that's going to come at you along the way. That's going to be the real journey and fun of it, I think. Even though like the crappy stuff no one wants to go through, it's always the best experience, best stories, best outcomes afterward.
Yeah.
So the ruts, as though they may seem like just the worst thing ever if you're in one right now.
Oh, they're terrible.
Yeah, they suck. You're like, ugh. But it's like, this is the ground floor for like your next big burst or your next book idea or your next piece of whatever content.
Yeah, your next form of creativity.
Yeah.
So if you're in a rut, creativity is a massive component of getting out of it. Because when you're in a rut, you're like trying to, you're dealing with your world and it's just constantly cycling around. Creativity can start to break that. I like to think of the imagination like a knife. It'll cut into any reality.
Yeah. And then suddenly, maybe the rut actually has come from ignoring an idea or being like, I think I need to actually do this, but I'm stuck doing this. And now I'm plateaued because I'm flat.
I've had moments multiple times in the last 8.5 years where I was like told to do something like by my like intuition, my spirit, and I didn't do it. And then I experienced a rut.
Exactly. Because you're like, I know we should do this. I feel like we should do this.
But
like
you're not doing it.
No.
You're in possession of the most powerful force in the universe, a human imagination. Learn how to harness this superpower and grow your business with peace of mind. Visualization isn't just for artists or professional athletes. Great fortunes can be built with it too. Download my free visualization checklist and get started today. I think that everybody knows what they should do. I think there's some, even if it's a rink-dink plan, I think everybody knows what they should be doing. They just don't listen to themselves.
Yes, I agree.
They hear themselves, but they don't listen.
Right. Yeah, like, I know, like, for instance, like, this is a bit of an older story, but it applies here. I was needing to find like a concept for a dance I had to choreograph, and I just couldn't. I was like flat. I was like in a rut, and I was like, I must have spent like 2 full days listening to music, trying to get inspired, like trying to find something that just brought me back to life. And I just hated everything. And I was like, everything's been done. None of these are original. I've already done everything there is to do. At least I felt that way. I was like, this is all crap. Hate everything. And then I was like, screw it. I'm not working on this anymore. And then I was like, I'm just going to watch like some Netflix or something. And the first show I picked out, this song came on. And I was like, what is that song? And I pulled out my phone and I Shazammed it. And I found this like awesome kick-ass song. And I was like, I could see the dance. It was like instant inspiration. I could see everything. And so what it really taught me is that like just ram jamming your way through a rut is just not the way. You just sometimes have to just sit down, like stop ramming and just listen. And it doesn't always have to come from your will. Sometimes it just comes. Like, and that's the thing. Like you talk about the will all the time and how the self-will takes over. And we just think
self-will.
Yeah, the self-will.
Some people live their whole life in a rut.
Yeah, they might. Yeah. And
like that one guy, he said, I'm lower than a snake's belly in a wagon wheel
yeah, exactly. Rut. He's in a rut.
That is a rut, man. How long you been down there? 30 years, god damn it.
Jimmy Streets or something, right?
Jimmy Streets.
Jimmy Streets. That's such a sick name too. I love that name. So yeah.
How you doing, brother? Oh,
so sometimes you just need to like, I don't know, park it for a bit. Like if you're like ramming your ideas into existence and then the results aren't coming.
Yeah, but we've been told to do it like that.
Sure. But we're busting the myth, I guess. Mythbusters today is that you don't have to do it that way.
Yeah, but we have been programmed to do it like that, though.
Yeah, that you'll get the result by just ramming through. Working harder. Doesn't work. So just like turning my mind off and just like forgetting all about it. And then all of a sudden something came. There it was.
But sometimes, I think some of those efforts.
As soon as I let go.
If you let go, sometimes those efforts, I think those efforts, they start to stack up. Like you put that effort in and then like you let go and then you reward. If you're not letting go, if you're not opening up, then you can't make space for the receiving to come in. Right. And most people use their mind inaccurately. So people use the mind as like this forcing mechanism.
Yeah.
And it's not, it's actually receiving. It receives things. The body is for holding. It'll hold things. Yeah. So as the mind is a receiving, it'll receive, but people are taking their mind, they're trying to like focus it down, you know? And your mind is an absolute masterpiece of a piece of machinery. Like it's way better than you. Yeah. Way better.
It's so interesting.
Leave space for it.
Yeah. Have you ever like thought about thinking?
I have. I'm doing it right now and I'm getting dizzy.
Like, when I asked that, I was like, that's the dumbest question of all time. But
that's the stupidest question I've ever asked my whole life.
So I was like thinking about thinking, and then I was thinking about thinking. And then I was like, what is thinking? And then I was like, because you know how, you watch your kids do their homework or you're doing something at work or you're watching your staff work, like they're thinking. But I was like, thinking is not as active as you think it is. It just comes.
It's called the thought stream.
It just comes in. Like the thinking, it just comes in.
You are like the observer of your own thinking. It gets trippier.
So
and trippier.
like for example, I'll be given like a data set of information from Amelia. She's the chief of staff at Conway. She'll send me some information. And I'll look at this information. She'll send me a series of spreadsheets. And I'm like looking through this information. And I'm interpreting it. And so I'm observing what is happening in my brain as I'm looking at these numbers. And what's coming in is just insights. And it's like, oh, that's interesting. That's telling me this piece of information. Oh, that's interesting. This is telling me that piece of information.
Why they love data.
Yeah, data is so interesting. And so then when I was like thinking about thinking,
you got sick.
No. I got fascinated that I'm not doing it. It's just coming in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Now, how deep you want to go on that, Jack? Because we can go to places that
go deep
most
on
have never
Why
been.
not? Why not? Because I feel like I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, but I'm not. I can't identify what it is that I am doing when I'm thinking. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Well, most people think they're a body.
Yes, but like just the activity that's happening in your mind when you're like interpreting data, for example, or when you're looking at something and you have to come up with a response. It's like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything. I feel like it's just coming in. So that's the trippy part. That's so trippy to me. So I can't actually say like, if you're like, hey, Jack, like think about this. I'd be like, but it just comes in. Like the idea that like, okay, my insight just comes in, right? So really when I think you say to somebody, think, I think what we're asking is that expand your awareness.
Yeah, think about it.
But expand your awareness around it. Because because the understanding about what you're saying is really what I think you're trying to get them to understand with. Yeah, spend time with it. Yeah, I think what's happening is like the way you interpret a situation or your perception of it goes like opens up. It's like the rose opening, you know?
So is this helping people get out of a rut, or are
I
we
don't
putting
know.
people in a deeper one?
I don't know. I just went on a deviation there. But I think the point of it all is that it's just not, ruts can come from force. And I think the key is to
They come from self-will and selfishness.
Yes, and force. You're forcing things. You're just pushing. And the key is that the real thinking, the most beautiful thinking, is just, it flows. And so we have to stop forcing so much. We have to stop holding on so tight. We have to stop beating ourselves up and pushing ourselves to places that just aren't working, and just reevaluate. And just as soon as you can let your hands off for a second, you realize that it's always been there.
Yeah, maybe you can let your hand off all the time.
Yeah, maybe you can. I don't know if what I was saying earlier made any sense to anybody. It makes sense to me. But like when you really start to observe yourself when you're in thoughtful states and reflect on what's happening in your thinking, it's like, this isn't me. There's something coming in.
Yeah.
There's inspiration coming in, insight coming in. And I think
and is it coming in or is it coming out?
Oh boy. Okay, so we can.
Where is it coming from?
Well, I guess the thing is that we are spiritual beings. We have an intellect. We live in a physical body. And do you think when you're in a rut, you've just cinched the spiritual flow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because creativity is a spiritual activity. Like it's creative and it's new. So you can get out of a rut through creativity. Mm-hmm. You can get out of a rut by just stopping what you're doing and just check, am I into self-will? Like, it doesn't mean that you don't have to stop working, but you can just stop the way that you're working and the thinking and the vibration, because you will never outwork your vibration. You'll never outwork it. I tried for 15 years to try and move the needle, worked my ass off. My whole life gradually turned into a rut. Never worked.
That's right.
You will never outwork your vibration. You'll never outwork your state of mind.
So I think really to get out of a rut is just go have some fun.
I'd say go have some fun, let go, loosen up, reevaluate. If you got to get honest, notice something, let go of that something. This is all mental activity.
Yeah.
This is all mental.
Mm-hmm. Just go have some fun.
Yeah, let go, man. Like I want to do, I'd love to, I don't have time in my life to do this, but I'm going to give this idea out and someone could, take it. I'd love to hire somebody, because I think if you go into a addiction center, I think if you interviewed as thousands of these people that are wound up in addiction centers, I bet you'd hear a very common story where you ask them, how'd you wind up here? And they could tell their story, but a lot of them have probably just surrendered. Like dropped down, said, help me, to whatever that power is. And like that, they get help. They surrender.
Yeah.
And I've heard you say many times, surrender is just joining the winning side. Well, there's a part of you that knows all. And I think we all could probably learn a lesson from that. Like when you let go, you said it too, 2 days of banging your head against the wall, then just letting go. And then just like that, it came.
Yeah.
Right? We're working way too hard.
I think so.
That's how you know you're in trouble, when you're working too hard.
Yeah. 100%.
But we're told to do that. We're trained to do that. So our belief system is programmed to do that. So last year, we made 43 times more income than we did in 2017. So in 7 years back then, or last year, we made 43 times more money, take-home money, than we did 7 years prior. And I know I don't work as hard.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
So working has nothing to do with it.
No.
Exclusively.
No, I still love to work. There's no question. I love what I do. I love the things I get to work on, but I do it with way different energy.
Way different.
Way different.
So it doesn't matter what you're doing. It matters how you're doing it. So if you're in a rut, and you've been in a rut, I know I was in a rut for like 10 years. So I know what it's like to live in a rut. It's terrible.
Yeah.
You know, it is a coffin with the ends
It's
kicked out.
annoying. It's annoying.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
You know, and you get very reactive when you're in it because you're fatigued. You're not really enjoying it. It can even start to impact your sleep and all kinds of crazy stuff. Your health.
For sure.
Yeah, stress is a killer. Everyone heard that. Well, what is stress? Stress is a psychological state. So you're telling me that your state of mind has that much impact on you? Yeah. Do you know the first place that takes the blows of your mind? It's your body.
Yep. For
It's
sure.
amazing.
All right. Well, I think everyone just has to go have some fun if you're in a rut.
Man, let your hair down.
Just like, I don't know, whatever fun looks like to you. Like Dave got me into gambling last time
We
we were in
much
Vegas.
fun.
It was really fun. I actually really liked roulette. So I kind of want to go play that again sometime. So yeah, whatever fun
Remember
looks
when
like.
I won that 67-1?
Oh my God. Yeah, that was crazy.
Second bet.
Remember when I was meant to go all in on my birthday and I was like, I have a feeling it's going to hit. And I only did my normal bet and then it hit. Shit. Damn. God, I could have had like 500 bucks. Oh,
the gambler's mind is sinking in, Jack.
I got to be careful because that could take over pretty fast. Could not become fun if I get too deep into it. Anyways, just go have some fun. If this podcast is opening your eyes to powerful new ideas, helping you think bigger, and opening your level of awareness, be sure to hit subscribe right now and leave us a 5-star review. That will help us reach more ambitious people just like you ready to grow.
Produced at
Sound Lounge by T-Bone.